What's going on, everybody? My name is Jason. I work at All Out Bikes, and today we're going to be working on this donated 1984 CW ZX Pro. If you haven't seen our other video on this bike, this was actually kind of a sad little story here. This is one that was kind of donated to us because the father's son unfortunately passed away, and he didn't have anybody to give the bike to, so he ended up bringing it here, and we're going to get it hung up on the wall over here. We've got to pick a good place, but today's video is going to be us doing that. We're going to get this thing cleaned up, because as you can see, this bike is needing some cleaning and some TLC, and we are going to be putting some blue and tan wall tires on there. Now, we were going to leave this exactly the way it was, but we believe that the owner would have put the blue and tan wall tires on there. And another thing is, whenever he had this bike built, he told us that that is exactly what he had on this bike. He had the blue tires with the tan walls. So we're going to bring it back to its little former glory, and we are actually going to have next door, it's Boundless Printing. They actually do a lot of things, books, magazines. They do all sort of printing type stuff, and they're kind enough to actually make us a nice little plaque that we can put with this bike, saying that it was in memory of the person. And but right now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get this thing cleaned up. So we're going to go to the power wash and we're going to clean the wheels. I don't need to do anything else to this other than wipe the bike down. I don't need to power wash the frame. I only do that if it really needs to be. We're just going to go ahead and go clean these wheels good, because again, look at how nasty these wheels are. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Now, I know I said that I wasn't going to power wash this bike, but it was kind of hard to not power wash it whenever I was power washing the wheels. Now, this thing looks amazing. I haven't even polished this thing up, and as you can see in the video here, it really has turned out really well. Now, the wheels, you can actually see in some of the scratches that these wheels are supposed to be a deep dark blue. However, over time the the plastic has kind of faded. Now I can, I believe, get a heat gun and I can go over it and make it look a lot better, but I'm worried about damaging the lettering, because the lettering, since it's further out, I'm afraid it's going to melt. So you know what, this just adds to the character of the bike. I'm just going to clean the plastic as much as possible. I might try to put something on it to try to bring out a little bit more blue, but I'm leaving it the way it is. Now, since I power washed this bike, I want to make sure that all the water is out of the frame and out of the bearings. So I'm going to go ahead and tear this thing apart. We're going to re-grease the bearings. You know, that's the front and rear wheel, the bottom bracket, and the headset. And while I've got this thing completely apart, I'm going to go ahead and use some of my favorite frame protector. This is actually from a company called Pro Gold. This is what's called Frame Saver, and it coats the inside of the tubing with a tar-like material to really keep the metal from corroding. It actually keeps the oxygen from getting to the metal itself, which causes the rust. So let's go ahead and get started. asked several customers which bike that we should move to put the CW in place. And one person said this Schwinn Stingray over there, which that's the most popular one. A couple of them said the GT right here. Nobody said to move the old 1980 Kuwahara over there, so that leaves moving the GT. So we're going to go ahead and pull this GT down and put the CW in place. The plaque is not ready yet, so we'll just have to put it on there maybe on some later video. But let's go ahead and pull this GT down. Won't take long. I've actually made it where I can change these up every once in a while. And this GT is more valuable than the CW, because this thing has a Terry cable on it, and it also has some original star bars on here, which are really cool. You cannot find those things. So let's go ahead and unbolt this. We like to change the store up every once in a while. So this GT has been up for a little while, so I guess it's time for it to come down. But it's just going to get moved. Come on, it's supposed to be easier than this. There you go. Alright, we're going to put this to the side. And I'm just amazed at the condition of this CW. This has got to be the nicest condition bike that I own. I hope this cable's long enough, because the handlebar, I think, is a little taller. Yeah, I think we're going to have a little trouble with this one. Okay. I think this will do. Just need to tighten this thing. This bike is so slimy from all the UV protectant I've put on it. I didn't put any UV protectant on the GT, so while it's down, I'm going to go ahead and wipe that down to try to protect it. The front tire on the GT has really rotted in a short time, but it's kind of near the window, so I can't say I'm surprised. But this one, I have really wiped it down. Alright, Okay. All right. Now, I do want to thank Boundless Printing for getting me this little plaque. I wanted something really simple, nothing really fancy, and they gave me exactly what I wanted. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to tell your friends. Check out some of the other videos on the corner of the screen. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.